The vast darkness of space trembled with an impending doom that no civilization had ever witnessed before. Massive sensor arrays across hundreds of star systems lit up with alarming crimson warnings, broadcasting a message of absolute terror. The collective was coming. Massive invasion fleets stretched across multiple light years, their metallic hull configurations presenting a nightmare of technological brutality. Each ship represented not just a weapon of war, but a calculated instrument of complete annihilation. Thousands of advanced vessels moved with synchronized precision, promising to erase entire civilizations from the cosmic tapestry. The Galactic Confederation's emergency communication networks buzzed with panic transmissions. Representatives from over 217 alien species gathered in emergency sessions, their discussions a mixture of fear, desperation, and resignation. Military strategists projected catastrophic casualty rates. Over 98% of peaceful star systems would be completely destroyed within weeks. Amidst this galactic panic, Earth remained a footnote. Humans were considered a minor technological civilization, barely advanced enough to maintain interstellar communication. Their technological achievements were viewed as primitive compared to the sophisticated alien races that had dominated galactic politics for millennia. Captain Hyun Park stood on the command deck of the UES Horizon, his dark eyes scanning holographic displays that mapped the incoming invasion routes. Unlike other military commanders who saw only inevitable defeat, Park saw something different: potential. The Horizon was not a conventional spacecraft. It represented humanity's most advanced technological prototype, a ship that challenged every established understanding of interstellar engineering. Its quantum adaptive matrix was a radical departure from traditional spacecraft design, incorporating experimental technologies that most alien scientists would have dismissed as impossible. Park's fingers moved across the holographic interface, analyzing invasion patterns with a calm that seemed almost supernatural. While other species were preparing for total surrender, he was calculating countermeasures that defied traditional military doctrine. Surrounding him, the ship's crew worked with a focused intensity. Each crew member understood the impossible mission ahead. A single human vessel standing between galactic extinction and potential resistance. Their technology was untested in real combat scenarios, their strategies theoretical at best. The ship's chief engineer, a brilliant woman named Elena Rodriguez, had spent years developing the Horizon's unique quantum phase capabilities. Her work represented a quantum leap in engineering, incorporating principles that most alien races had never contemplated. Invasion fleet distance, Park asked, his voice steady and controlled. Approximately 3.6 standard galactic units, responded the navigation officer. Projected arrival at primary defense perimeters in less than 72 hours. The holographic displays continued showing terrifying statistics. The collective's invasion fleet outnumbered all defensive forces by a factor of 187 to 1. No conventional military strategy could possibly resist such overwhelming force. But Park saw something different. Where others saw insurmountable odds, he saw opportunity. Humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to innovate, to find solutions where none seemed possible. The Horizon itself was a testament to that innovative spirit. Its quantum adaptive hull could potentially reconfigure molecular structures in microseconds. Traditional weapons would be useless against such a dynamic defensive system. Outside the ship's reinforced windows, stars continued their silent dance, unaware of the cosmic conflict about to unfold. Billions of lives hung in a delicate balance, with a single human vessel representing their only potential salvation. Park's background played through his mind. Years of unconventional training, experimental mission protocols, and a relentless belief in human potential. The military academies had always considered his approach radical, but now those radical ideas might be humanity's only hope. The ship's computer began running complex probability matrices, calculating potential intervention strategies. Unlike alien computational systems that followed rigid algorithmic patterns, the Horizon's AI could adapt, learn, and reconfigure in real time. As the massive invasion fleet continued its methodical approach, Something extraordinary was brewing. A single human ship, often overlooked and underestimated, was about to demonstrate that technological creativity could overcome numerical superiority. Captain Hyun Park adjusted his uniform, a subtle smile crossing his face. The galaxy expected an invasion, but they had no idea what was coming. The UES horizon hummed with potential energy, a silent predator waiting to change the course of galactic history. The low hum of advanced machinery filled the horizon's engineering deck, a symphony of technological innovation that buzzed with unprecedented potential. Chief Engineer Yoon Lee stood before a massive holographic display, her fingers dancing across quantum computational interfaces that seemed to defy the laws of traditional physics. The ship's core was unlike anything ever constructed in known galactic history, where conventional spacecraft relied on linear energy systems and predictable computational models. The horizon represented a radical leap into unknown technological territories. Its quantum adaptive matrix could literally reshape its own molecular structure in microseconds, transforming from a defensive platform to an offensive weapon with breathtaking speed. Yoon understood something that most alien engineers missed. Limitations were simply challenges waiting to be solved. Her design incorporated quantum entanglement principles that allowed the ship to simultaneously exist in multiple computational states. What appeared impossible to other species was merely an interesting problem to human innovation. Navigator Jae Kim worked closely with Yoon, his eyes rapidly scanning probability matrices that would have overwhelmed any standard military computer. Their calculations defied traditional algorithmic expectations. Where alien navigation systems saw rigid pathways, humans saw fluid potential. Communication network vulnerability at 73.6%, Jay muttered, tracing complex quantum interaction points on his display. Each movement revealed potential disruption points within the incoming invasion fleet's communication infrastructure. The ship's artificial intelligence, nicknamed ARIA by the crew, processed information at speeds that seemed almost magical. Unlike rigid alien computational systems, ARIA could learn, adapt, and reconfigure its own operational parameters in real time. It wasn't just a computer, it was a living, evolving intelligence. Yoon had intentionally designed the ship's core to be a dynamic, self-modifying system. Traditional spacecraft were essentially fixed structures. Once constructed, their capabilities remained relatively static. The Horizon could literally reprogram its entire operational framework during active combat, a concept that seemed like science fiction to most alien engineers. Quantum entanglement was the key. By creating simultaneous computational states, the ship could theoretically communicate across massive distances instantaneously, bypass standard communication barriers, and even predict potential enemy movements before they occurred. Potential communication network disruption confirmed, ARIA's smooth voice announced. Estimated capability to crash 87% of enemy fleet communication systems within 0.03 standard time units. Je looked at Yoon, a subtle smile crossing his face. They weren't just preparing for battle. They were about to rewrite the entire understanding of space warfare. The incoming invasion fleet represented overwhelming technological superiority. Thousands of ships, each equipped with weapons that could obliterate entire planetary systems, moved with calculated precision. They expected total and complete victory, but they didn't understand human creativity. Every alien species had technological strengths. The collective had massive energy weapons. Other races had advanced shield technologies. Humans had something far more dangerous, an ability to see potential where others saw only limitations. The Horizon's quantum adaptive matrix could potentially transform the ship's entire operational framework faster than an enemy could comprehend. Its molecular structure could shift, its computational systems could reconfigure, all within milliseconds. Yoon had spent years developing techniques that challenged every established scientific understanding. Her research papers had been dismissed by academic institutions across multiple alien civilizations. They called her work theoretical and impractical. Now those impractical theories were humanity's best hope. As the invasion fleet continued its methodical approach, the horizon prepared. Its systems weren't just ready, they were eager. A living, breathing technological marvel that represented the pinnacle of human innovative potential. Joe continued calculating. Hume continued monitoring. Araya continued processing. Something extraordinary was about to happen, and the galaxy had no idea what was coming. The quantum adaptive matrix hummed with potential energy, a silent predator waiting to demonstrate that human creativity could overcome any technological challenge. The battle for galactic survival was about to begin. The moment of confrontation arrived with an eerie silence that seemed to stretch across the infinite darkness of space. The collective's invasion fleet emerged from quantum jump points, their massive ships gleaming with destructive potential. Thousands of vessels moved in perfect synchronization, each one capable of obliterating entire planetary systems. Captain Hyun Park watched the holographic displays with calculated calm. The enemy expected no resistance. They anticipated a simple extermination mission against what they considered a primitive human vessel. They were wrong. The Horizon's quantum adaptive matrix began its silent attack before the first enemy weapon could charge. Araya, the ship's artificial intelligence, initiated a series of computational attacks that defied traditional understanding of warfare. Most battles involved direct weapon exchanges, energy weapons, plasma cannons, molecular disruptors. The Horizon's strategy was different. It didn't fight with physical weapons. Instead, it attacked the fundamental operational codes of the enemy ships. Like a digital virus spreading through a complex network, the Horizon's computational attack began systematically infiltrating the invasion fleet's communication systems. Each quantum pulse carried sophisticated algorithmic sequences designed to confuse, disrupt, and ultimately disable entire ship networks. The first signs of trouble appeared subtly. Navigation systems on massive warships began sending conflicting coordinates. Weapon charging protocols suddenly reset. Communication networks experienced unexplained interruptions. Within minutes, the perfectly synchronized invasion formation started showing signs of breakdown. Ships that were moments ago moving with military precision now drifted uncertainly. Their advanced computational systems struggled to understand the invisible attack happening within their own networks. Navigator Jae Kim watched the progression with professional detachment. Systematic disruption at 47%, he reported. Enemy fleet losing cohesion. Chief Engineer Yoon Lee monitored the quantum entanglement matrices. Her fingers moved rapidly across holographic interfaces, fine-tuning the computational attack. Each adjustment sent new waves of disruptive algorithms through the enemy fleet. The collected ships represented the pinnacle of technological advancement in known space. They had conquered hundreds of civilizations. Their computational systems were considered unbreakable, their technological defenses impenetrable. But they had never encountered human creativity. The Horizon wasn't just attacking individual ships. It was systematically dismantling their entire operational framework. Computational codes that had taken generations to develop were being rewritten in microseconds. Massive warships began experiencing total system failures. Navigation computers sent ships spinning into random trajectories. Weapon systems powered down unexpectedly. Communication networks collapsed into static noise. What had been a perfectly coordinated invasion fleet was now a collection of confused, disconnected vessels. Their technological superiority had become their greatest weakness. Captain Park understood the fundamental principle at work. Technology was not just about hardware. It was about adaptability, creativity, and the ability to see solutions where others saw only problems. Continued attack, he commanded. Maintain quantum disruption protocols. Araya's response was instantaneous. New waves of computational attacks spread through the enemy fleet, each algorithm more sophisticated than the last. The artificial intelligence was learning, adapting, evolving with each passing second. One by one, massive warships powered down. Their synchronized formations dissolved into chaos. Vessels that moments ago represented unstoppable technological might now drifted helplessly, their advanced systems completely compromised. The galaxy watched in stunned silence. A single human ship was systematically dismantling an invasion fleet that was supposed to be invincible. Humanity had just changed the fundamental understanding of space warfare. The Horizon continued its silent, devastating attack. No conventional weapons fired. No physical damage occurred. Yet the destruction was absolute. Technology was about to be redefined. The 6 hours of battle passed like a strange, silent dream. Where traditional warfare would have involved massive energy explosions and destructive weapon exchanges, the Horizon's intervention was something entirely different. A technological ballet of computational precision. Captain Hyun Park watched the holographic displays with a calm that seemed almost supernatural. The invasion fleet that had threatened to destroy multiple civilizations was now nothing more than a collection of disabled vessels drifting uselessly through space. Galactic communication networks buzzed with disbelief. Representatives from over 217 alien species watched live transmissions, unable to comprehend what they were seeing. A single human vessel had done what entire combined military forces could not: completely neutralize the most advanced invasion fleet in known history. The collective's technological might, built over thousands of years of conquest, had been dismantled not by superior weapons, but by human creativity. Each disabled ship represented more than a military victory. It was a fundamental challenge to established understanding of technological warfare. Araya, the ship's artificial intelligence, continued processing massive amounts of data. Its quantum adaptive algorithms had not just disabled enemy ships, they had learned from each computational interaction. The AI was evolving in real time, becoming more sophisticated with each passing moment. Invasion fleet neutralization complete, J. Kim reported, his voice steady. 100% communication disruption achieved. Chief Engineer Yoon Lee continued monitoring the quantum matrices. Her hands moved across holographic interfaces, documenting every moment of the unprecedented victory. Years of research, countless dismissed theories, had culminated in this single moment of validation. The Galactic Confederation's emergency communication channels were filled with a mixture of shock, confusion, and emerging respect. Alien military strategists struggled to understand how a single human vessel could achieve what seemed impossible. Massive warships that represented technological superiority now drifted like abandoned metal corpses. Their advanced computational systems, once considered unbreakable, had been systematically dismantled without a single physical weapon being fired. Captain Park understood the deeper implication of their victory. This wasn't just a military intervention. It was a statement about human potential. Where other species saw limitations, humans saw opportunities for innovation. Communication transcripts began streaming across galactic networks. Diplomatic channels that had previously dismissed humanity as a minor technological civilization now requested urgent meetings. The balance of power was shifting in real time. The Horizon had done more than win a battle. It had fundamentally challenged every established understanding of technological warfare. Yoon's quantum adaptive matrix had transformed from a theoretical concept into a game-changing technology. Her years of research, previously mocked by academic institutions, now represented the most significant technological breakthrough in galactic history. Araya continued processing, learning, evolving. The artificial intelligence was no longer just a computational system. It had become a living testament to human innovative potential. As scattered enemy vessels continued drifting through the cosmic darkness, a new understanding was emerging. Technological superiority was not about hardware or weapon systems. It was about creativity, adaptability, and the ability to see potential where others saw only limitations. The Horizon had just rewritten the rules of space warfare. Humanity was no longer a footnote in galactic history. They were now a force to be reckoned with. The aftermath of the Horizon's victory rippled through galactic civilization like a massive electromagnetic pulse, fundamentally transforming everything humanity had known about its place in the universe. Diplomatic chambers across hundreds of star systems buzzed with discussions about the unprecedented intervention. Where humans were once considered a minor technological species, they were now viewed as potential saviors and strategic partners. Captain Hyun Park found himself at the center of a transformation nobody could have predicted. Alien diplomats who once ignored human representatives now requested personal meetings. Scientific conferences that previously dismissed human research now sought comprehensive presentations about the horizon's quantum adaptive technologies. The United Earth Defense Force, previously an underfunded and overlooked organization, suddenly became the most studied military institution in known space. Military academies across alien civilizations began incorporating human innovative strategies into their training protocols. Chief Engineer Yoon Lee's quantum adaptive matrix research became the most sought-after technological framework in galactic scientific circles. Research institutions that had once rejected her theories now offered unprecedented funding and collaborative opportunities. Diplomatic recognition came rapidly. The Galactic Confederation, which had previously viewed humanity as a negligible civilization, now established special diplomatic channels. Park was invited to multiple strategic planning committees, his insights becoming critical in developing new defensive technologies. The horizon itself became more than a spacecraft. It transformed into a symbol of human potential, representing the extraordinary capabilities that emerge when creativity met technological innovation. Museums across multiple star systems began creating exhibits detailing the unprecedented 6-hour intervention that saved countless civilizations. Navigator Jae Kim's computational algorithms became standard study material in advanced navigation academies. His probability matrices, which had enabled the horizon's precise quantum disruption techniques, were now considered revolutionary technological blueprints. Alien species that had spent millennia developing rigid technological frameworks suddenly realized the importance of adaptability. Human problem-solving approaches, characterized by unconventional thinking and dynamic computational strategies, became the new standard of technological development. The technical specifications of the horizon became legendary. A single ship neutralized thousands of advanced enemy vessels. Mission duration: 12 standard hours. Tactical efficiency: 99.7% fleet neutralization. 0 human casualties. Complete preservation of enemy ship structures. Interstellar trade agreements shifted. Technology exchange programs emerged. Human researchers found themselves at the forefront of technological innovation, invited to collaborate on projects that would have been unimaginable mere months earlier. The galaxy had learned a critical lesson: never underestimate human potential. What began as a seemingly impossible mission had transformed humanity's entire trajectory. From a marginalized species to a strategic technological power, the journey represented more than a military victory. It symbolized the extraordinary potential of human creativity, innovation, and unbreakable spirit. Captain Hyun Park stood on the horizon's command deck, watching the stars. The universe had changed, and humanity was just beginning to understand its true potential. The end was really just the beginning.